Hey there guys, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Speedrun The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. In the last episode, we made our way through the swamp and got here to the entrance of the second dungeon, and in this episode, we are going to be taking it on. So, as we usually want to do at the beginning of a dungeon, there's going to be that text box that pops up, and we're going to want to skip that by equipping something. And we want to equip the powder here because we need to light those two torches. Oh. Now you want to put your sword back out and try and take out the Stalfos if you can in one swing. It's kind of just random whether or not he'll jump away from you or not. But it's ideal to try and take him out. There you want to hit the switch and the Stalfos at the same time. Here you kind of just go by feel. You just really... Make sure you grab the powder, hit the switch, stuff like that. This dungeon is really going to be mostly a do things by watching kind of thing. This cave, you're not supposed to be able to go through that cave as quickly as that, but it's really just a timing thing. You can get through it without having to stop at all, but it does require some timing, and a little bit of practice. That took me some practice, so yeah. Now coming up here, we have a really tough mini-boss. He's really pretty hard to take out. He can kill you really easily with only 4 heart containers. So that's why we're just going to kill him in 2 arrows again, like we did with the last boss. Bye. That mini-boss used to wreck me a lot. Especially in any percent, we used to not steal from the shop this early. So here what we want to do is put our powder and sword on, take out these ghosts, grab the power bracelet. Here, make sure you hit this crystal switch. You can avoid swinging your sword at the bat if you just stay up near the top. This room was a nightmare as a kid because I never remembered how to do it, and it can still be a nightmare if the Stalfos trolls you. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to kill the enemies in a certain order. So the order that you're supposed to do it in is kill the Pole's voice down here, then the Keese, then the Stalfos. So sometimes the Stalfos will troll you, and if that happens, walk in the staircase and then walk back out, and the Stalfos and all of the enemies will respawn. Otherwise, you're kind of screwed. I'm glad they put that staircase there. So here, you want to just take out all these enemies. Try and keep your health at a decent amount, because you want to have at least 1.5 heart containers going into this boss fight, because you're going to kind of need to take some damage. Here, there's a slight time saver by just kind of jumping over that pit. That one is another one that takes some practice. So we want to skip the boss's text box again. Just figure out your own things to do to make this segment more fun looking, I guess, because it's kind of a boring fight. He's gonna throw 8 fireballs. 7, 8. And here, pick him up before he hits the ground, or else there's a really long text box that shows up. Okay, so this is a really interesting thing. What you're usually supposed to do with this boss is you throw him against the wall, he throws more fireballs. Throw him against the wall, more fireballs, and then finally you break his pot and then hit him with your sword a bunch while trying to avoid him hitting you. We skip that by wall clipping up here, positioning the pot so that he's right around here near the edge of the torches right there, and then just throw. That'll break his bottle. Now pull out your bombs and your arrows, then place a bomb right there. Come here and boom. If you time it out right, he'll end up being pushed right in front of you, and you bomb arrow the wall in front of you, and he'll die immediately. So And if that doesn't work out for you, it's not that big of a deal. You just have to wait for him to kind of materialize, and then you can hit him with a bomb arrow regularly, since you already have your bomb arrows out. So, yeah, and that's why you want a heart and a half at least, because if you have more than a heart and a half, or less than a heart and a half, getting hit by him right there, which I haven't been able to avoid at this point, that will kill you. And so that's something you don't want, obviously. So here, pull out your bracelet and your feather, because that's what you need for the next segment. And yeah, that's pretty much the second dungeon in a nutshell. It's honestly one of my favorite dungeons, because it's just fun, you know? You've gotten a lot of, fun items like the power bracelet and the feather, but, you don't have to micromanage everything, and the equips are really simple and straightforward. So, yeah. That about does it for this episode of Let's Speedrun Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. And in the next episode, we will be making our way to the entrance of the third dungeon. So, until then, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.